International scope of the crime. The global imposition of artificial legal identity upon the living constitutes an institutionalized system of slavery. It operates without valid consent and converts living beings into corporate assets for exploitation. This system has caused the premature death of billions worldwide through war, poverty, medical coercion, psychological abuse, and denial of lawful remedy. These are not accidents. They are systemic consequences of a governance model and violates natural law and treats human beings as commercial units. This international system of governance meets the definition of genocide under the 1948 UN Convention, having inflicted bodily and mental harm, destroyed autonomy and identity, and sought the erasure of lineage and lawful selfhood through friction and fraud. These are crimes against humanity. All governments, corporations, and supernatural institutions which uphold or profit from this system are hereby placed on lawful notice. They may be held fully accountable under natural law, common law, and universal moral conscience.
So again, moving on from your point there we made previously, we were discussing what was happening in the UK in relation to slavery and the admission by the Prime Minister. This time we're looking at the actual international scope. So it is global imposition of the artificial legal identity. So basically, internationally, they use the legal identity of the person basically to attach to the living. And this basically constitutes institutionalized slavery system. But basically it's operating without valid consent because we don't even know it was when you were born, we didn't know anything about it. And it's also converting living beings, living men and women, into corporate assets used for exploitation. So the system basically this system has caused the premature death of billions worldwide. He says that it's caused through things like poverty, medical coercion. Now that's through things like injections, vaccination, and that, psychological abuse, denial of your lawful remedy. He says these are not incidents, they're basically systemic consequences of a government model that violates the natural law and treats human beings as commercial units. Now, the international system of government meets the definition of genocide, and this is under the 1948 United Nations Convention. So this is based on human rights. It basically saying having inflicted bodily and mental harm, which the behaviour does, it destroys autonomy and identity, so you're no longer a living man or woman, and it's basically they sought to erase the erasure of lineage and lawful selfhood through fiction and fraud. So through fraud and fiction, they're actually making you become a person, but getting rid of you as a living individual. And basically that affects your lineage and your family through things like that, because basically you're now become a person. And it says, so you're no selfhood, which is basically you don't stand, you're in a corporate position. And again, these crimes are against humanity. All governments, it's applicable to them, corporations and supranational institutions which uphold or profit from the system are hereby placed on lawful notice. So we're telling them that they may be held accountable under natural law, common law, and under universal moral conscience. So we've actually now put them on warning because we've confirmed what they've done and what they're guilty of. And if they continue, they will be held accountable.
Okay.